So the first time I saw the book and the cover of the first book from Aaron Blaby, the bad guys, it was just an absolute, mind blower. I saw in this cover a whole world of, Quentin Tarantino, especially Reservoir Dogs. I saw a little bit of the usual suspects as well. And for me, it was immediately a click. So went straight to the drawing board, immediately did a quick sketch of those characters just to impregnate myself of the idea of these characters. But mostly what I saw was a giant, enormous idea. The idea of these 5 legendary animals that we all are scared of, and these guys decide to go good. The idea of using the villains of every story and just get them to turn into good guys. But yet we could treat this as a heist movie, in the fashion of Soderbergh and Guy Ritchie, and again Tarantino, and then really just build a whole world around this, because it never had been done before in animation. It's so exciting to direct a film like this, just because you have so much opportunity to explore a whole world. First of all, it's a big homage to Los Angeles. The whole background of this film is set in LA, a city that we love, that I love, and it's really an homage to the lighting and the skyline of this city, the messiness of this place, and yet the incredible graphic quality of it. It's also so exciting to be doing a film in that genre. The movie is obviously very inspired by the heist genre type of movies. We started with that reference to Tarantino and decided just, what if we made a Tarantino movie for children? Obviously, you can't really do that. It's too very much adult. So we shifted a little bit, and there's still tons of homage to Tarantino's work, but we shifted a little bit more towards Ocean 11 and Soderbergh and Guy Ritchie and these kind of influences. But really, the point was to use those cool influences and just infuse that in the tone of the film. We tend to be so judgmental so very quickly of how somebody looks or how somebody was raised. And this is why, they've been stereotypes their whole life. We made story about the big bad wolf and films about the great white sharks. And we have, phobias of spiders and snakes. But they are not necessarily true. Those animals are barely dangerous. They are not dangerous. They are beautiful animals. And so they face that kind of stereotyping. I think it's a metaphor for much more stereotyping that we all face as humans. But in the end, really the message of this movie is, the actions that you take or what you do really define you, as opposed to what you are and what your nature is or what you look like. The design of the character evolved quite a bit, obviously. We started by trying to be a little closer to what Aaron had drawn, but at the same time, I also wanted to make it my own universe, and bringing my own influences to it, and which are very much, a French sense of design and graphism, and also, but influenced by a lot of the anime style. I really was inspired by the Miyazaki and Sherlock Hound and the Cowboy Bebop style for Mr. Wolf. And like from there, you can kind of gradually figuring out the rest of the cast. It was a combination of so many things, my own influences, the animation style that I wanted to get, the inspiration from the books themselves, and aging it up and making it really modern,